Imagine working your entire life, saving, investing, sacrificing, and finally reaching $1 million can still leave someone feeling financially trapped. Not because they are bad with money, not because they failed, but because the rules of wealth have changed. And if you do not understand this shift, for decades, becoming a millionaire meant security. It meant luxury. It meant never worrying about money again. But inflation changed everything. Housing exploded. Healthcare became expensive. Education costs skyrocketed. Taxes increased, and lifestyles quietly expanded with income. Today, many millionaires still feel pressure, anxiety, and uncertainty. Because wealth on paper is not the same as financial peace. And the difference between surviving and truly living free is much deeper than a bank balance. You may spend your entire life chasing a number that no longer guarantees freedom. Topic 1. The old dream of $1 million. In the past, $1 million was rare. Very few people ever reached that level. A millionaire could buy homes, travel constantly, retire comfortably, and support generations. But the value of money changes over time. $1 million in the 1980s had dramatically more purchasing power than today. Back then, homes were cheaper, food was cheaper, healthcare was cheaper. Daily life consumed less money. Today, many people reach millionaire status simply because their home value increased over decades. But being asset-rich does not always mean living stress-free. Someone may own $1 million home while struggling with debt, taxes, insurance, and rising expenses. The title of millionaire survived, but the lifestyle attached to it changed. $2 million sounds enormous, and for most people, it absolutely is. But long-term financial security depends on how money flows, not just how much exists. If someone retires early with $2 million, they still face inflation eating purchasing power every year, market crashes reducing investments, unexpected medical bills, family responsibilities, economic instability, and the psychological fear of running out of money. A person living in an expensive city may burn through money much faster than expected. Luxury lifestyles also expand silently. The bigger the income becomes, the more expensive someone's normal life becomes. Private schools, luxury cars, large mortgages, high-end vacations, subscriptions, status spending. Many wealthy people become trapped maintaining an image of success. So even with millions, they may still feel financially fragile inside. Topic 3. The difference between net worth and cash flow. This is where most people get confused. Net worth is not the same as financial freedom. Someone can have $2 million locked in assets while barely generating monthly income. True financial security comes from sustainable cash flow, assets that produce income, investments that grow, businesses that generate revenue, systems that continue paying even while you sleep. Because money sitting still slowly loses power, and relying only on savings can create fear. The truly wealthy focus less on having money and more on building machines that continuously create money. That changes everything psychologically. Topic 4. Why many rich people still feel anxious. Most people think money automatically creates peace, but financial anxiety often scales with lifestyle. The more someone owns, the more they fear losing. Some millionaires constantly check markets. Some obsess over economic crashes. Some continue working far beyond retirement age because they no longer know how to stop. Why? Because insecurity is not always mathematical. Sometimes it is emotional. A person who grew up fearing poverty may still feel unsafe with millions in the bank. Money can solve many external problems, but it does not automatically heal internal fear. That is why some people with modest lifestyles feel freer than people worth millions. Topic 5. What true financial freedom really looks like. True freedom is not about impressing strangers. It is about control. Control over your time. Control over your choices. Control over where you live. Control over how you spend your days. Financial freedom means your life is no longer driven by survival. And ironically, many people chasing luxury never actually reach that feeling because they focus only on growing income instead of reducing dependence. Sometimes a simpler life with lower expenses creates more peace than a massive income with massive obligations. The goal is not just becoming rich. The goal is becoming unshakable. $1 million used to represent the dream. Today, it represents a starting point for many people. And even $2 million may not create the emotional security people imagine. Because true wealth is not just a number. It is the ability to live without constant fear, the ability to survive uncertainty, to adapt, to create income, to control your life instead of being controlled by expenses. And the people who truly win financially are usually not the ones trying hardest to look rich. They are the ones building stability quietly while everyone else chases appearances. If this video changed the way you think about money, wealth, and financial freedom, subscribe to the channel. Because here, we do not just talk about getting rich. We talk about understanding the psychology, systems, and hidden truths behind money that most people never realize until it is too late.